Have you ever wondered what stories lurk beneath the flickering neon glow of truck stop signs? Behind every quiet parking lot and humming diesel engine, there may be something darker waiting. Join me as we explore the chilling legends and real-life encounters that have haunted these roadside havens for decades. My uncle worked the night shift at a rural gas station off exit 17 back in the early 80s. The place was basically in the middle of nowhere. Just 2 pumps, a food counter, and one flickering streetlight that barely lit the parking lot. He was used to being alone out there. Said the only regular company he ever had were the long-haul truckers who'd pull in to stretch their legs or grab a stale sandwich. But one night, something felt off. It was after midnight, dead quiet, when a beat-up van rolled in and parked by the air pump. Nobody got out. The engine was still running, but the windows were too dark to see inside. My uncle kept an eye on it, expecting someone to step out and head into the store. But minutes ticked by, and the van just sat there, rumbling like some kind of breathing animal. Eventually, a man did walk in, but not from the van. From the opposite side of the lot, out of the darkness. My uncle said the guy had this strange, twitchy energy about him. Pale skin, sunken eyes, nervous grin. And he wasn't looking for snacks or gas, just wandered the aisles without picking up a thing. Uncle said the guy kept glancing at him, then toward the back of the store, where the office and safe were. It didn't take long for the alarm bells in his head to start ringing. Then, like some scene out of a movie, a trucker walked in. Big guy. Denim jacket. Worn cap. He grabbed a soda and walked up to the counter, casually leaning close and muttering under his breath, "Don't panic. That guy's not here for chips." My uncle froze. The trucker continued, louder this time, "Hey, you still keep that shotgun under the register?" Uncle didn't know what to say, but the trucker gave him a firm look, so he played along. "Course," he said, tapping the counter. "Loaded and ready." The sketchy guy heard that. Stopped in his tracks. Looked between them. And just like that, he bolted. Sprinting out the door, back into the van, which peeled out of the lot so fast it kicked gravel across the windows. The trucker stayed a while, chatting, sipping his soda like nothing happened. Before he left, he said, "Call the cops. That van's been circling truck stops all night." Turns out, they had. Police told my uncle later that night that another gas station 20 miles up the highway had just been hit. The clerk had been pistol whipped and locked in the back room. They'd been lucky to survive. And the guy who walked in? He matched the description exactly. My uncle says that night changed him. He'd never really believed in fate or guardian angels. But now? He's convinced they drive 18-wheelers, wear flannel, and show up when you need them most. Back in 1995, my cousin worked the night shift at a 24-hour truck service center off Interstate 40, near Flagstaff. It wasn't a gas station, this was a place truckers came for quick repairs, tire rotations, or a cup of bad coffee while their rigs got patched up. The building had 4 garage bays and a tiny break room. She was the night receptionist, one of the only women working there, and usually alone after midnight. The place was surrounded by dense pine forest, and when the wind blew, it felt like the whole building was breathing with you. One particular night, the last mechanic clocked out early, saying his stomach was acting up. So my cousin was the only one left. She figured it'd be an easy shift. Until a beat-up semi pulled in, long after most truckers had parked for the night. The engine cut. But no one got out. She waited. 5 minutes. Then 10. Eventually, she went to the window and looked outside. The cab was dark. No movement. Just the sound of wind whistling through the pines. Then, she heard the garage door to Bay 6 creak open. Now, she hadn't opened it. And no one else should have been able to. Those doors were controlled from the front desk panel. Thinking maybe it was a glitch, she walked down the hallway toward the bays. The rest were closed, but Bay 6 was halfway up. Darkness pooled under it, the kind that swallows flashlight beams. She called out, "Hello? Anyone there?" No answer. Just then, the lights in the hallway flickered. Not all the lights. Just the row that led to Bay 6. One by one, dimming to black. She backed up, reaching for the emergency phone. But before she could dial, she heard footsteps. Slow, dragging footsteps, coming from inside the bay. She locked the door to the hallway and turned to call 911, but the landline was dead. Just static. Then, a voice. Not from the phone. From behind the glass of the office. A man stood there, just on the other side, motionless. Face pale and blank, like he hadn't blinked in hours. She hadn't heard the front door open. She hadn't heard anything. Then he raised one hand, not to wave, but to show her something. A severed mechanic's ID tag. Bloodied. Still clipped to a shredded piece of shirt. She stumbled backward as he pressed his forehead to the glass, smiling, fogging it up. Suddenly, headlights swept across the lot. Another trucker pulling in. The man at the window vanished. Like he'd never been there. The trucker came inside, saw my cousin panicking, and immediately called the police. They searched the whole property, Bay 6, the woods, everything. No sign of the man. But in the trees behind the garage, they found something buried beneath pine needles and broken branches. A shallow grave. And inside it, was the mechanic who'd gone home, sick. His throat had been slit. To this day, Bay 6 is permanently shut. And my cousin never worked a night shift again. But every once in a while, someone swears they see the garage door start to rise on its own. And when it does, the lights in the hallway always flicker, just like they did that night.